My fiancée told me she was moving in with her trainer and having his baby. I calmly said, "Congratulations," canceled everything in her name, and 6 hours later she was on my doorstep begging to come back. I 36M, sitting at my kitchen table, staring at a half-empty coffee cup, trying to wrap my head around how fast everything unraveled. It was Thursday around 2 when my phone rang. It was Sarah, 31, my fiancée of 8 months. We'd been together for 3 years and had shared my home for a year and a half. The call was short, harsh, and oddly formal. "David, I need to tell you something. I'm moving in with Anthony. We're going to have a baby together. I'm picking up my things tonight," she said, almost coldly. Anthony, 29, her personal trainer, had been working with her for 4 months, while I was the one paying for the sessions, thinking I was being supportive. I just felt my brain freeze. The words didn't even register. I managed to say, "Congratulations," like I was just confirming a reservation or something. What else could I say? She made her choice and it was obvious. "I thought you'd fight for me or something," she said. "But how could I? You're about to have another man's child and moving in with him." "Sarah, there's nothing to fight for anymore," I told her. After I hang up, I felt this strange calmness, like I was an outsider watching someone else's life fall apart. My thoughts raced as I mapped out the next steps. First off, there was that engagement ring I had bought just 6 weeks ago. I called the jewelry store, explained the situation, and the manager was kind enough to let me return it after charging a fee. I drove over and managed to get back around $111,000 from the bank. $12,000 of that was my original purchase. Then I moved on to the car, a leased BMW I co-signed for her. I logged into the leasing website to remove my payment details, and I called to take myself off the contract right away. They informed me that she'd have to qualify on her own now, or return the car by the month's end. Basic math told me she wouldn't be able to pull that off. Back at home, I started making changes all over the place. I changed the Wi-Fi password, logged out of all our streaming accounts, updated the home security code, canceled her gym membership that I'd been paying for, and removed her as an authorized user on my credit card. The whole thing took me about 3 hours. I was methodical and efficient. Not a detail overlooked, nothing left hanging. By 5 p.m., I was sitting in my living room, everything secure, just waiting to see what would unfold next. Then at 6:30 p.m., the doorbell rang. I checked the security camera and saw Sarah standing there, mascara running, 2 suitcases in hand, visibly shaken. I opened the door, but kept the chain on. "David, please, we need to talk." Anthony kicked me out. I couldn't help but ask, why would he kick out his pregnant girlfriend? She said it was complicated, he just needed some time to think. The entitlement was shocking. She had blown up our life and expected me to just pick up the pieces. "This sounds like an Anthony problem, not a David problem," I told her. "You can't just cut me off like this," she cried. "I can't get into any accounts. My car payment was declined. My gym membership is canceled. Everything is blocked." But she had chosen to move in with Anthony. "These are his responsibilities now, not mine. Please, just for tonight until I figure it out," she begged. But I said, "No, Sarah, you chose this morning. You chose Anthony, his baby, over our life together. I'm just respecting your choice without argument." Her face went from desperate to angry to panicked. "This is insane. You're punishing me for being honest." I replied, "I'm not punishing you. I'm accepting your decision. You wanted a different life with him. Go build it." "But I have nowhere to go," she whispered. "You have Anthony. You have family and friends. Figure it out," I said and closed the door, turning the deadbolt behind me. She banged and cried for about 10 minutes before finally leaving, and the silence that followed felt strangely peaceful. Update 1. It's been 48 hours since Sarah's announcement. The fallout was swift and exactly what I expected. Thursday night, after she left, texts started pouring in from new numbers and borrowed phones. Her words were frantic. "David, please. I made a huge mistake. Anthony isn't who I thought he was. I'm at a motel. I can't afford this. Please talk to me. I'm scared and lost. I screenshotted everything but didn't respond. Friday morning, her sister Jessica called my workplace, shouting, "David, what is wrong with you?" Sarah is devastated. She's practically homeless now. I reminded her that Sarah had said she was moving in with Anthony. I was just respecting her decision. Jessica insisted that Anthony had used her, but I wasn't responsible for that. She needs help. She has nowhere to go, she argued. I reiterated that she chose Anthony. Jessica was relentless. "You're being cruel," she snapped. "I'm being realistic," I replied slowly. "She left me for someone else. I'm not a backup plan or a wallet." I hung up and blocked her number. Then later on Friday, Sarah's mom called. The tension was thick. "David, I'm ashamed of you," she began. "Sarah's pregnant, and you threw her out like garbage." But I reminded her that Sarah chose to leave me. "She needs stability," Linda insisted. I clarified that it's Anthony's baby, and therefore his responsibility. It turned out that Anthony was married the whole time, trying to salvage his marriage after the affair and impending fatherhood. He cut contact to save himself, so Sarah lost both her fiancé and her affair partner. The blows kept coming. The BMW dealership called me later to say Sarah begged them for leniency, but they told her without a cosigner, she didn't qualify. She posted cryptic messages about fake love online, and our mutual friends were asking questions. I explained simply what happened. She left me, and now she was facing the consequences. Most people understood. The rest drifted away. I spent the weekend clearing out her stuff, things she left behind when she rushed out. I boxed everything up and labeled it neatly. If she wanted it, she could pick it up. I wasn't delivering anything. The house felt different now, quieter, steadier. No more walking on eggshells, no more secret texting, and definitely no more paying for her trainer. She'd planned to leave me for Anthony, but now, I wasn't funding her escape anymore. Update 2. It's been a week since that phone call. The entitlement has reached new heights. Monday morning brought a certified letter delivered to my workplace. A long 3-page letter demanding I pay her hotel expenses until she got back on her feet and suggesting couples counseling to fix this betrayal. I laughed when I showed it to my friend Tom. "She wants you to pay her bills after she left for another guy, and she calls it your betrayal?" he said, nearly choking on his sandwich. "Save this letter in case she escalates. It's perfect evidence." By Tuesday, my bank called me about suspicious activity. Sarah had tried to use the canceled credit card multiple times. They flagged it as fraud, so I explained and had everything noted. Wednesday brought her parents to my door, unannounced, pressing me to reconsider. But I stood firm. She made her choice, and now she has to face the consequences. They tried guilt, logic, and soft threats, but I just remained calm. Eventually, they left. Silence settled back over the house. By Thursday, things got pretty desperate at my gym. She cornered me while I was near the weights, pleading for 5 minutes to talk. I gave her 3. "I messed up, I hurt you," she admitted, looking scared. She claimed Anthony lied to her. I told her she made her choices clearly and now had to deal with the fallout. "You chose to cheat and get pregnant," I reminded her. "You chose to leave me for him. His true nature doesn't change anything." She insisted she still loved me, but I told her she loved the stability I provided. She wanted the safe life I offered, but now she realized that with Anthony, it was all about fun. When I cut her off, she texted Jessica, claiming I was a heartless bastard. But I knew she chose Anthony, and those were his consequences, not mine. I blocked Jessica for good. No more guilt trips. Final update. It's now 3 months since her announcement. Her life has taken a downturn. After about a week, her car got repossessed. Her parents let her move back into her old room, but it's not the same. She wanted the lifestyle I once funded, but instead, it was lectures and boredom. Anthony, still holding on to the hope of saving his marriage, demanded a paternity test. The results confirmed he was indeed the father. Now, he was bracing himself for custody battles, trying to offer as little support as possible. Meanwhile, Sarah was left to navigate the chaos of soon-to-be single motherhood. About 6 weeks ago, I spotted her at a coffee shop close to my office, visibly pregnant and struggling with groceries. A brief memory of our past flickered through my mind, but then I recalled her announcement and everything that followed. I finished my coffee and went on with my day, no detours, no soft gestures. Last week, Jessica tried a different tactic, asking one of my coworkers to nudge me into helping Sarah out, even suggesting I pitch in for baby expenses since I used to care. I kept it short. Sarah chose Anthony. Those are his expenses, not mine. The entitlement is still there even now. They think I should bail her out, but I'm over it. My life is good now. The house is mine, the money is mine. No more worrying about who my partner is texting or funding someone else's betrayal. I started dating someone new last month, Michelle, 33, an architect who's smart and independent. Feels really nice. As for Sarah, she took a gamble on Anthony, thinking he'd be an upgrade, but she really lost out. Sometimes the best way to get back at someone is just to step back and let them deal with the fallout from their decisions.